so troops in
Sure
the
did.
Middle East. And ain't nobody paid him no attention because they never equated ISO with being the CIA name for ISIS. They never knew that. So to them, they was thinking America was creating a policing force for them people from them people. All the
Okay.
time they was creating somebody to disgrace the name of the great mother, so we fear matriarchy when they say ISIS.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel that. Yes. Yes.
Only reason you need to fear the great mother is if your ass was bad while she was gone.
See, somebody wants to know what was Tartaria. Do you
Um,
know?
West of the Roman Empire.
Oh,
That's what it means,
okay.
right? But Tartarian civilization is a common generic term for Atlantean civilization that was global. They want to break it up, just like they tried to tell us that there was Olmecs, Incas, Mayans, and old Mississippians, like they wasn't the same people.
Mm.
They were the same people. They were just in different parts of the land, so they tried to separate them as if they different people. They the same people. They still there. You still got Afro Mexicans in Mexico.
Yeah.
Been there the whole time. They tell you they never been imported from nowhere. They ain't got no problem telling you they was already here. But why we don't know they was already here?
Mm.
A lot of us don't know that on the West Coast we used to marry tribes from Asia. That's why a lot of Mexicans look Asian.
Oh, wow.
But we did. It's in the logs of the emperors of China of coming over here by ship across the Pacific. It is written in African countries on the western coast of coming over here, bringing wives from royal families of that land to marry into the royal families. All that's recorded information is, it's just that it's so scattered that you have to know yourself to know your own history for you to put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in your DNA code as well,
Mm.
which gives you the key to the Akashic records where you can see what everybody else code is too.
Mm. Will you ever write a book, Chief? Because you're a wealth of knowledge. Several people have asked that.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna be doing some serious heavyweight writing when Malachi get home because I gotta do some work with him.
Mm.
And I don't know what Larry and Angel Bay want me to do to help them out, but I do know that me and Dr. Malachi got a whole bunch of writing to do, at least about 100 books.
Wow.
So
Okay. That's going to be amazing. Um, Michael Williams, thank you so much for the Cash App. I'm sorry for the super chat. He wants to know, why did they make the more melanated people slaves that were native to the land?
because we looked like the invaders, they put us both in the same condition. We was POWs. They came with slaves, and then in order for us to do the Conjure War, they slaves got to be master. It was a trick. So they scrambled us together, the sardine effect.
Mm.
We think sardines is one kind of fish. It's a whole bunch of different kind of fish. Only way you know that they think they're the same is because they don't got no head and they all stuffed in the can together.
Mm-hmm. 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 You mentioned earlier about the Akashic records. How can you access those or obtain Akashic records?
Look, you got to. It's books to teach you how to activate your ESP. The Akashic record is the written record of the planet. When you activate your extrasensory perceptions like psychometry, you pick up a rock, it's going to tell you a story.
Okay.
You touch a tree, it's going to tell you a story.
Yeah.
If you put your knees and your palms and your forehead to the ground, it's going to tell you a whole bunch of stories.
Mm.
But if your psychic channels are clogged up with modern dogma and bullshit, you can't access them. You got too much debris in the way. It's like trying to walk down a pathway that's covered with trash. And the trash is all the lies they told us along the way.
Chief, you have given us so much information and so much hope about, learning who we are and realizing that we're all going to be wealthy and the matriarchy is going to be restored again. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think we're going to be okay. What do you say?
I know we are. Especially now that we ain't falling for the fear mongering.
Okay.
Because it minimizes the chaos effect. Right. I don't care. You can run 10 cars down Bourbon Street. I bet you New Orleans still partying tonight.
Right.
I just know my people.
Mm-hmm.
But they going to be more alert. Somebody else try, he might not come out so good. Because they know what to look for now. Go down there and keep messing around you're going to find out why them projects in New Orleans is not to be effed with. F around and find out. F around and find out. Keep messing with them Indians in New Orleans don't play. They tried to take Mardi Gras for them one time. Didn't go well. Haven't touched Mardi Gras since. This the intricate part of the culture that you can't usurp. You can't stop it. Or you trigger the tribes, because the tribes that don't even go to Mardi Gras wake up. Pissed off. Right? And you gotta remember, they got equivalent in the islands and in Brazil, Los Carnavals, Mexico, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Ancestral reverence days.
Wow.
This for ancestral reverence, to show your ancestors that you know who you are and that you have love for the family land. But when you do that, it empowers you as an individual to be yourself no matter who you're around. So they want us to think Mardi Gras evil. Jazz funerals evil. Jazz funerals is the celebration of a graduation of an elder. What the f are you talking about evil? We used to be happy when we graduated from the book of life. Especially when we did something worth celebrating.
Yeah.
Some of us ain't do nothing but be some piece of trash, rotten dog in the street, but some of us really did live a life to be celebrated, and many of them is forgotten now because they've been usurping our culture. But you don't even got to know their name now to feel their energy, because the presence is powerful in this era. And they consistently be peeking in on me. What you doing? I'd be like, come on, man, because if I'm talking to y'all around other people, they swear I lost my man. But they be there. They be showing up. What you doing? Did you finish yet? Oh, Pimp C the worst. Out of all the telepathic chiefs, I wish they turned that nigga telepathy off.
Really?
That nigga get on my nerves so bad. Come on, man. You faster than that, man. Brother need to be seen, man. You know brother need to be seen. This ain't how the life of Pimp. Pimp don't supposed to live like this here. I need to be seen. I need to be out in front of my public. And they got me sitting over here waiting and you taking too long. I'd be like, Pimp, get out my head, man. Leave me alone. You supposed to be dead anyway, nigga. Go act like you dead.
You know who
Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what it is now, man. I need to be seen, man. Look, I need to pop my collar and flip some dollars and show them that the pimp is pimping. Man, I see why Bun B don't be saying nothing. Because if he get on my nerves, man, I can imagine what he doing to Bun. Don't tell that brother, man, to hurry up, man. No, he taking too long. You know, Pimp need to be seen, man. I ain't never been out the public this long. Man, I had more attention to this when I was elementary. I could tolerate DMX because when he come through, all he do is say, he just straight to the point. Get him. He know what I'm doing, so he's just like, get him. ODB, he be on some other stuff. Crazy Horse,
Uh-huh.
man. I swear sometimes you sound like Sirius Jones in my ear.
Mm, mm.
But I
That's
just
pretty
go
amazing.
on. No, it's annoying. It's annoying. Look, I, I Triple X, that boy XX Tentacion.
Yes.
I never listened to his music. And then one day he just came in dry and just took over my psyche. And he
Mm,
kept calling me bro. And it was getting annoying, but I didn't know that that was a way for his clan to know that he really communicates.
mm.
Because it started getting on my nerves. So I'm like, quit calling me fucking bro. Why ain't your bro? and I get a message. I get a message when I get done with the live. I'm like, this nigga get on my nerves with this bro stuff. Man, I ain't your bro. And so the youngster say he messaged me and everybody. He said, "Hey, I'm from Triple X Clan. The reason you got annoyed for him calling you bro, cause he do that to everybody."
Mm, mm.
And I was just like, man, some people don't need no psychic telephone.
I was gonna ask you, do you think some of them are literally passed away, or do you think they're using
No,
telepathy?
cause
Telepathy.
Triple X told me, man, they think I'm dead, but I ain't dead. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
walking around. I'm like, I'm not dead, like you not dead. Like
Dang.
he was going into details of how he not dead. And he
Wow.
was like, I don't mean like, cause you know, people be like figuratively speaking since your spirit alive. He was like, no, bro, I'm walking around like you walk around. He said, I just can't sing right now.
Okay.
Dolph don't never say nothing. He just pop his face in my veal and he be
Mm-hmm.
looking at me and then he'll say, and then it'll be like telepathic and it'll be like, remember, blood in my eye. That's all he'll say and he'll go.
Blood in my eye. Mm.
Yeah. It's a reference, the George Jackson reference, the Gorilla Family.
Mm.
When they killed George Jackson in prison and they asked his mama for a comment, all she could say was blood in my eye, which came the title of his book. His
Oh.
posthumous book was named Blood in My Eye because of her statement.
Mm.
And if you go back and you search the iconography from Young Dolph, you're going to see a pyramid with a red eye on top of it. I mean, blood in my eye from the top. From like whoever it
Mm.
is up there at the top looking down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hit on Young Dolph was done by the record label.
Mm.
And it was done for two different reasons. One, the only way they can get control of his music is if he died. It was in his contract.
My Lord.
And they had a massive insurance policy on him, but he wasn't aware of the insurance policy.
Okay.
And it was a group, whoever the owner is, they from the Middle East. And they got a group and they got a list of artists' name in a book.
Mm.
And when the money starts to diminish for the record label, they tell him which artist to get next. I think he was behind the Mo 3. Um, it's a couple of them that Empire Records had a hand in their murder. He did a countdown in the photo slide. If you go to owner Empire Records with rappers, you'll see him. He'll be doing the countdown with the different artists. He's counting how many he's killing.
Whoa. Mm.
And
Mm.
so he put the hit on them, but if we can confirm the hit, we can extract them.
Okay.
And so when they put the hit on them, you know, psychological operations is in full effect now.
Mm.
Because Farrakhan said, you want to kill another one of us, it's more than one way to skin a cat.
Absolutely.
But some of them chiefs get on my nerves.
You got
They,
people in here cracking up.
hey, look, hey, I'm just they get on my nerves. Like that's some annoying stuff.
Mm.
I like Left Eye. I never get any communications from Aaliyah. But left,
Mm.
I always be looking at her, and I could see Aaliyah doing stuff like gardening,
Yeah.
And she don't never be dressed provocative or nothing. She have on like this flowing white. Sometimes it be yellow, sometimes it be denim, but the sleeves be cut off, and then she
Mm-hmm.
have her hair wrapped up.
Wow. Hmm. But she doesn't say anything.
She don't talk. She just want it all over with, from what I can ascertain. But uh, Left Eye a little more psychically vocal than Aaliyah.
Hmm. Somebody asked me who visits me. The only person that I can think of, recall that visit me is Whitney Houston, and she visits me often.
I ain't had a visit from Whitney, and I was researching her case to try to find out if she was extracted or not, because
Mm.
I couldn't never pick her energy up in the death pool. She wasn't there, but I couldn't pick up any psychic messages from the living either.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what to think about this. And
Mm-hmm.
then we had, like, a lot of people don't know, a couple days before she got murdered, because she didn't kill herself and she didn't accidentally die, she got murdered. There
Mm-hmm.
was a guy tried to drown Bobby Christina in the same bathtub,
Heard about that.
and
Yeah.
nobody never mentioned it now. But remember, she had that boy come from Atlanta to fly in to come get her that day. So he came in on an emergency flight to take her out, and Whitney refused to leave because she tried to get Whitney to go with her. But Clive Davis had Whitney bound by contract,
Mm.
and he was holding some of her money ransom for her to perform at whatever that event that was happening when she was laying up there in that bathtub. But I haven't
Yeah.
been able to pick no psychic energy up on her whatsoever.
Mm. The only thing she tells me all the time, she's like, "Go see about my baby. Go see about my baby."
My Bobby Christina.
I often wonder if she was talking about Bobby, but I have met a woman that says she's Whitney's oldest daughter, that was sold into child sex trafficking, and we've been friends almost 10 years. And
That might be.
anytime I hear Whitney's voice, I call her. She is always like something's going on, in her life. So, and I feel Whitney's energy real strong. And sometimes, like if I'm going through something, Whitney will. I know it sounds weird. She will literally give me the solution, and I'm like, why? Why am I tapped into you like that?
Bloodlines,
Mm, mm,
family frequencies.
wow.
But you can, once you get to a certain tribal, like a priestess, you being the natural born priestess, then
Thank
they can tap into you to give you information, whether they on this side or the other side.
you. Mm,
The mitochondria carries the women's network, the psychic network.
okay.
And that's why
Mm,
we learn all of the oracle reads to fine tune our psychic talent so that we can understand. We can hear our mamas, like, even when they, like, I hear my mama all the time. If
mm.
I'm doing something or about to do something that I know I ain't supposed to do,
Yeah.
look, I was going to have somebody do something for me and I knew I shouldn't have had them do it.
Okay.
My mama talked about me so bad. This has been about 2 months ago. She talked about me so bad, I sat my ass down and told that boy, I don't need you to do nothing.
Mm, wow. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm,
you gonna send that boy out there to do something that you ain't gonna even do it yourself.
wow. Wow.
And she knew I would have did it though.
Mm.
But it was the fact of the matter that she was scolding me from the other side that made me like I'm not gonna pursue that course of action.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's powerful. You
Yeah.
know, I really believe in the matriarchy, when I say that, I don't mean it in such a way that I believe in usurping any type of authority from men. I just, but I support the matriarchy, and what I've come to realize, it could be in my particular family, and even in the culture, in the church culture where I grew up, we are the women are sometimes it seems like are literally despised, and
It's
I don't
not
know
the
what.
women that's despised, it's y'all naturally wealthy.
Oh,
And these niggas is poor. And they don't know how to unlock the wealth that's part of who you are.
okay. Okay.
So they frustrated and angry.
That's deep. How do we teach? So I wouldn't mind teaching them how to unlock the wealth, but what do you say to them?
They gotta understand what relationships is not an ownership right.
Oh,
When you're in a
okay.
spiritual relationship, you seeking balance, an eternal balance between two people, and it's gonna give you an understanding. You're gonna use your intellectual capacity as a man. It's gonna tie to her emotional wisdom capacity as a mother. And when you put the two together and y'all exchange that energy, you don't look at women like subservience no more. That's
Okay.
all slave shit and
Mm,
invaders coming in to change the order. The men is so much different under the matriarchy. They first going to resist because they think that it's going to disempower them, but they don't know that the matriarchy is more empowering to a masculine man,
mm,
and patriarchy is more beholding to a feminine man.
mm.
Because that patriarchy got to always worry about who's the next patriarch to knock me off my throne.
Yeah.
Under matriarchy, the patriarch know who his clan is, and he know who he needs to protect, and he know his roles, responsibilities, and they clear, and they taught from the elders of the community from an early
Mm,
age. We used to have all of the Constitution memorized. If it was
okay.
written, if they wrote it down as the Iroquois Constitution, but your rank was determined by how much you memorized.
Mm.
And as you
Wow.
get a certain age, they add on parts and parts and parts, and then you keep going over it. By the time you get a certain age, you can recite the whole Constitution back,
Mm,
word for word. That was the oral tradition, and it was also a memory exercise and the training of the memory to recall events and incidents based off the
mm.
ability to be able to recall information.
Wow.
Training. That's why we didn't have to write nothing down, because we was taught to use our memories like West Indies Archie in the Malcolm X story. We all
Mm.
had memories like that at one time until they came with this conjure magic. They made us suspended our faculties, left us with amnesia to level the playing field.
That was so beautiful. That was superb. That that was amazing. That the whole last segment paragraph of what you just said, talking about how the patriarchy, the men actually are more empowered under the matriarchy
Yeah,
and less empowered under patriarchy. That was beautiful the way you broke that down.
yeah. And you could see it play out.
Okay.
Watch the difference in the men who see their women as a equal partner. They will
Okay.
fuck you up so bad about that woman,
Mm,
right? But she don't give him no hard time.
mm,
There's no the relationship is not a conflict. That's patriarchal bullshit.
okay.
Under the matriarchy, the man genuinely loved that woman, but he gonna be paired with her by his mama, whether he know it or don't know it. He gotta figure it out. That's what my mama told me. Figure it out. I said, Mama, how am I gonna figure it out? She said, you smart. I'm not that goddamn smart. You smarter than you think. My mama pissed me off so bad when she tell me that. So then I go figure it out like she told me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I didn't want to figure some of that shit out. I wish I would have never asked.
Mm,
Because now I can't unknow what I know when I had to figure it out.
mm.
This is not a
I can.
glamorous situation. It's not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's a bunch of dark nights and
Mm,
miserable, alone time, right? Because the misery gonna give way. Once you break free from the misery, that's also a chapter in Noble Drawley's writings, chapter Misery.
whoa. Okay.
To start off, weak and insufficient as thou art, O man, and good. There is one thing in which you are strong and obstinate and will not bend, and his name is misery.
Mm,
And you go on and explain how you fight to stay in misery more than you fight to free yourself from it.
Woo.
Because you didn't become so socially conditioned by misery that that's your norm.
Mm.
He didn't put that in there as an accident. Ain't nothing he did by accident. Same with Elijah Muhammad. Ain't nothing he wrote by accident. None of them lectures that they transcribed into his books was by accident.
Mm.
Everything was with, we all got a piece, and then one of us gonna put all the pieces together, and then we gonna see the full story.
Mm.
Right? Some of us had bigger pieces than others. I gotta tell everybody, these people calling me master teacher. I'm not the master teacher. I'm just the tutor for the master teacher. When Malachi comes in, you can ask the master teacher the question you need to ask the master teacher. I'm just tutoring you in the medium.
Mm.
Right? And the master speaker, that ain't me either. That's Farrakhan. He the lecturer. That's not my job either. I'm just the tutor. Coming to tutor you on the lectures that the master lecturer gave you so that you will know what's taking place on the land based on what the elders left behind.
Mm.
Right? So I don't want somebody else's glory. I want my own.
Absolutely.
I don't want somebody else's money. I want my own.
Mm.
So if it's mine, then I just want what's mine. What they say on that commercial, on a structured payment commercial, it's my money and I want it now. This is my land and I want it now. Actually, we don't own the land owns us.
That is
We
it.
just
As it is
we
in the
just
Bible.
responsible to take care of it. But we
We're
don't own the
supposed to.
land owns us.
That's amazing. We sprung from the land, so that means that the land owns us.
Yeah. We don't own the land owns us. And
That's it.
they trying to cut your hair off and tell you it ain't your hair.
Mm. Mm.
Hey, you can't cut us off the land and tell us that we ain't from here. My genetics is Mississippi clay dirt walking. If I turn into dust tomorrow, it's gonna be Mississippi clay dirt. That's just because that's where the root,
Mm.
you know. Get back to the
That's,
first tribe, then you can put all this shit back together.
mm.
Right? They gave us exonyms for everything. We ain't name all these funny names that they gave our tribes, but we use them.
Mm.
We use them because we from them same names. You can tell the ones that's what's called self-identified, autonomous, and
Mm.
then you have those ones that was $5 enrollees in the program. We know by the name of the tribe where they come from.
Mm.
And if some of the tribes was hosting them as adoptees, training them how to live on the land in harmony with the rest of the people, then they gonna not look like that tribe, but they gonna swear that that's their lineage. They was adopted into the tribe,
Okay.
ancestrally speaking, right? We brought a lot of people in on Ellis Island because we couldn't get past the brown paper bag test. We was too dark. Only those Europeans that came over here was light enough to pass the brown paper bag test, or the ones that looked like Mongolians that was over here from us marrying Asians could pass it. That's why when they brought their Mongolian, Vedic, and Hun slaves over here, they was able to fit in so well.
Mm.
But you know the ones that was with us versus the ones that wasn't, because we fought side by side with our allies and face to face against our enemies.
Wow.
You look at the Seminole Wars, they say it's Seminole because they say we was all mixed up. Came from the same root as Semitic.
Mm.
Semi, half breed, right? We was amalgamation of tribes that all came to fight the Gullah War. Remember, King George set up Georgia as a military buffer zone to stop the tribes from traversing and slaughtering the Spanish in Florida.
Mm.
Then the Spanish set the cypress trees on fire. The ones that didn't burn down, they chopped them down and shipped them to Europe for furniture.
Mm.
That's how they was able to get us out of that stronghold in Florida. You can ride 75 going to the Keys and still see the charred remains of trees that was burned down because we had villages in the treetops. And that's why you have tribes now like Treetop Pyru. They literally come from the treetops. They had villages. You used to be able to walk from Florida Keys in the top of the trees and don't come down till you damn near to Texas. All that stuff was interrupted by the foreigners.
Dang.
So you had your Skywalker clans, which was your blue clan from the treetops. And then you had your red clans from the treetops as two of the biggest clans. Now they all on the ground.
Wow. Literally lived in the trees.
Yeah.
That's
They still
amazing.
got villages around the world. If you want to know what it looked like, go to Google under images and type in treetop villages.
Okay.
They still got them. They even making resorts, treetop resorts, where you can go visit and sleep in the tops of trees. And that's for
Wow.
the ones that got that genetic drive to sleep in the treehouse and don't know why.
Mm.
Yeah. Then they see that as a resort, and that ancestral memory kick in. I got to go there. That look too much like where I'm from.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
make good money using your DNA, your genetic memory, to capitalize off your ignorance and knowledge of self.
Mm.
If you knew who you was, you know they was baiting you to live your culture on their terms. Everything we did, they either monetized it or villainized it.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to intensive. So when you come out of the next year's conference, you should be able to know how to. They're going to condensing. They're working right now to condense an 8-week course in those 3 days because the fourth day is our holistic day. So we want you to come and be a part of that. But we're just giving you a heads up. And now I'm going to switch back to you because I knew I had to put it in there before you were gone. Because if you end it and I tried to talk about this, they're going to be gone, right? Look, I know how these Negroes are. They were like, oh, you're not talking. She's giving an ad. So now you want to hear it. See, some of them had already left because I started talking about, but it's still 1,300 plus of you here. So um, we got more time. I got as much time as you want. I just wanted to put that in there in between because I know how people is. Look how they is. So, and listen, I'm drinking soursop tea. So anybody that thinks this is something else, this is soursop tea. Just so you know.
I'm not a big drinker, but if I was a big drinker, I probably would be drinking something.
Yeah, well, this is tea. This soursop is good for what ails you. So
I do
anyway,
like a nice shot of cognac on ice.
oh, I don't drink either, but somehow the few times that I've looked at Club Shay Shay, I'd be like, I need to taste that stuff. Everybody talking about how smooth it is. I'm not a drinker, probably wouldn't be smooth to me,
If
but
you're
I like
not a drinker, that mean your throat gonna taste like you drunk straight alcohol.
don't see. I can't.
But if you a drinker, it don't mean the same as it do for non-drinkers. So smooth for a non-drinker don't mean smooth. It only means smooth for other drinkers.
Okay, okay. But I buy soursop leaves. There's a sister here has she's an African sister from Africa has a store, and I can buy a bag of the leaves, not crumbled up in tea bags. I mean a big bag of. So I throw like about 15, 20 leaves in the pot and boil. After the water boils, and then let them simmer and make myself some soursop tea. Really good. Where can we get the soursop? Oh, I get mine from right down the street. No, but you know what? Actually bought, believe it or not, y'all, I bought soursop tea bags. So it's like, where they crunch the leaves up, put them in bags on Temu. But I just like using the whole big leaves out of the sister's bag because, it's like $16 and I could probably end up making like gallons of it with what I get. But Temu actually does sell. Just look on Amazon or something like that if you're not, if you're not in this area. or in the area that has a holistic store, but they have a store here, right here, that sells the leaves, and I get the leaves and make the tea. Somebody else said, "Oh, I like that." So you can get at their yard in Jamaica. So there's somebody right here that has them in their yard, and that's what's up. That's what's up. Uh, Somebody said, "Happy birthday!" Is it your birthday?
My birthday was Sunday.
Oh, it's your birthday. Oh, listen. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm gonna put your look, I can't get anything. You can't get it Rhode Island, but you can get some soursop tea on Amazon. They'll ship to anywhere. Let me put this. I'm gonna put this back up here. So listen, thank you for. I didn't even know it was your birthday. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. That's the GoFundMe link. Like I said, for anybody that doesn't want to text me, you take a shot of that. That takes you right to the GoFundMe, fund me, and this right here. If you text me, the word donate, I'll give you all the links because GoFundMe, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle. But let me go back up here. It's yeah, I don't have Cash App. They stole our Cash App. But here, show Chief some love. So I want to make sure reason why I put that his like $ sick SIKAPE, not and then I put Rodney Hayes there because there's somebody else there that got something out there that says Rod Hayes. This is the one that says Rodney Hayes is our chief. Am I correct?
Yep.
Chief. Yeah. So even though the one that says Rod Hayes, we don't know who that is. So some of y'all have been sending to this whoever that is that did the same thing they did to us. Put something up. So they even put our picture up and was getting donations. Put the link, put the picture or logo up. I don't know who it was, but it wasn't us. It's just like this one right here. If it don't say Rodney Hayes, then it's not. It's not Chief Rodney Hayes. That Rod Hayes is a fraud. It may be really Rod Hayes, but not this Rod Hayes. How about that? And they've probably been getting all kinds of gifts on your behalf. So some parting words for us before we go.
Parting words would be this: keep your eye on current events because stuff is about to pick up in the next couple weeks, and we about to know more than we want to know.
Really.
Yeah.
Wow. So when you say that more than we want to know, you mean it's gonna be like overwhelming for some folks.
Some people not gonna be able to take it
Wow.
because they can't believe that the world that they live in could be so dark and callous. That's why a
Right.
lot of good men got to do a lot of bad stuff to a lot of horrible people.
Hmm. Right.
So
Well, all righty then. I think that I can. You look tired. I feel tired. We've been on here a long time. We could talk a long time, but we're gonna save something for the next time. How's
okay,
that?
you covered a lot of territory.
I know we talked about a lot of different things. Look, what is it? Happy birthday! A lot of here, happy belated Earth Strong birthday, Chief. Look, happy happy belated
Appreciate it.
birthday. Yeah, here's some, happy birthday season. And thank you for whoever said that because I certainly miss it. Because, a lot of times we don't get all the different links of things pop up. So we
Look,
don't
I
know.
look. I don't be thinking about my birthday until people start telling me happy birthday, unless I'm doing flips.
Okay.
If I'm
Well,
doing flips, they know when I say 11:10, born again. That's because that's the day I came in, initiated 10 toes down. So I say 11:10, and then you got the mirror flips, right? 10:11, right? You got 11:1,
okay.
right? You got 1:11. So this portal, this 11:11 portal goes to the 1:11 portal,
And that portal is
January 11th.
okay.
So the portal, this is a turnaround portal. Things come back that was formerly lost. It's the return cycle. on the closeout.
Said Kamala might be president even next week. Biden might step down.
They've been ran a coup on Biden. They came out and talked about it about a month ago when they made him step down from running for president, and they was talking about they did an in-house coup to remove Biden. Biden ain't been the president since he went for that colonoscopy because they said he had Alzheimer's and they can't put him in a position to make decisions. So Kamala been the de facto president ever since then.
Mm, wow.
'Cause remember, when the president go into anesthesia, the vice president becomes the acting president. Most of us ain't paid this stuff no attention. So
Mm-hmm.
when Kamala became the acting president, the only way Joe Biden, he had to come out of anesthesia in case he come out with brain damage.
So he went
He
in
had
with
to
brain damage.
right.
No.
Well, he went in with the character went in with Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that when the character come out of anesthesia, he can never be put back in power because he's not cognitively astute. He can't make decisions, and that's why he sounded like a babbling idiot for 4 years.
I'm gonna throw this up. It's a totally different subject, but since somebody puts it up, I saw something twice. Is Brother Panic not here with us anymore? I don't know. Do you know?
Who went to the funeral?
You did?
I said, who went to the funeral?
I don't know.
Where is
Same,
it?
the same people that went to eat. What's his name? Effie. Because I was wondering where he was, where they buried him when they had a funeral for him. But maybe it was because he was such a bad person.
If somebody the magnitude of Brother Panic with the amount of people that knew him, there would
Mhm.
have been some kind of memorial service. I
Well,
would
I know they had
suspect.
some kind of event that you had to buy a ticket to, but I don't know whether that was the memorial or what. But I remember seeing that because that's when
No.
he discovered. We don't know. The answer is we don't know.
Anybody know who's seen the body?
I don't know. That's all I can say. See, I just
Uh,
started something.
I be
I don't
asking
know.
I be asking these questions for the people that be wanting to know to look a little deeper. Don't just take the cover story. Because
Wow.
everybody we think gone ain't gone. And a lot of people that we think still here is being played by skin mask and deep fake technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yep. 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 I'm just throwing them
Thank
out
y'all for the solar return wishes.
there. Yeah. Trying to click on some of them. Okay. Right. There we go. So we thank you. I thank you. I thank each and every one of you. Know I love y'all. Those of you who come be with us next Friday, the 22nd, it's going to be, especially if you want to know, how to, you need to connect with the teacher, Lady J, and Sister Armenta L rather, um, and Brother Dave, but especially those that like, how do I get out of this? How do I get out? We're gonna have the answers next Tuesday. I mean next Tuesday, next Friday, the 22nd. 22nd, 2-2. That's a number that's a good number, right? Ask
Tomorrow's gonna be a brighter day. That's all I can tell y'all.
number right. Well,
Exactly.
my
We
faith
know
already
it's gonna be here. I can't tell you.
okay. All right, all right. Yep. Okay. So we getting ready to get out of here. I'm just kind of click up. I'm just letting bringing some of the. I don't want to ignore some of you, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. We're gonna go out with I'm gonna just put the banner up so y'all can know to come on and be here on next Friday. Those last time we had one sister came all the way, traveled all the way from California for our Friday night session. We had people from Indianapolis and from Atlanta and everything. I mean, it was we had to bring chairs up from the downstairs because we didn't have enough room for everybody, enough seats rather for everyone. So I hope to see that and you all would come and get this information that's not going to be available on tape because we don't tape those sessions because every time we do those, we're talking about stuff that we don't want, to put out there in the open public. So you have to come and get it, and you want to make the connect with them, and you have to meet them here. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. G.
Love you too, Chief. Love you too. Okay, y'all.
Appreciate you.
You
Um,
trying to make me blush. It's
it's a
working.
lot. Good, good. Chief Faya Wata asks, what's happening with the realtors in relationship to us getting our land back?
Your real estate license is going to probably be revoked because real estate not going to be handled the same under the matriarchal system as it's handled now.
Hmm.
And so, people will have options though. Is nobody's getting anything taken from them under the matriarchy. So under the matriarchy, we trying to add on to what you got and make your life flourish. Under the patriarchy, they trying to take as much from you as they can without you knowing they stealing it from you in the form of inflation, taxation, and
Mm-hmm.
that was hilarious. Dre got a whole nother husband over there talking about they thinking I'm Dre husband. You know,